Hi everyone, welcome to World of Tanks with StewiejP. I'm Stewie and this is a double scoop of the brand new premium German light tank, the M41 90 Grand Final tank, which is based on the American Bulldog. I'm in a bit of a rat pack platoon at the start of this game with my old mate Tugboat in his TVP T50-51, the new Czech Tier 10 autoloader medium tank, and Space Junk, who's in his Centurion Action X, which is one of my favourite Tier 10 medium tanks as well. We're on mines. It's just a normal game, and in this game you'll see how we can get lots of credits from this tank because it is a premium tank, and in the second game you'll see how you can get lots of credits without firing a shot, just by spotting for your team. Now I'm contesting the hill, but Tugboat and Space Junk are over on the island on the western side of the map, and I'm just trying to get some early spots. During this point in time I'm trying to get my mission for 7,000 spotting damages in a light tank, which is for the Tier 9 German medium tank, the T55A, through the personal missions, and I've only got a couple of missions to do. I take some early damage from that E75 and I think that's enough for me. I am out of here. He's going to kill me if I let him, so I put the house between me and him, and I run, and run like a little girl. Tugboat picks up the first kill of the game, killing the enemy M41 90, the Grand Final tank, or what I'm just going to call it, the German Bulldog, because that's what it is. Our Luva, however you want to pronounce it, is camping like a boss. Have a look at that on the mini-map. Arthur 5168, that's a great spot for a heavy tank, mate. Great spot. Buy a few tank destroyers if you like to get up there. But anyway, back on mines, you can see the majority of the enemy side are right in the middle of the map, so I'm not really going to push forward. I'm a light tank. It's a Tier 10 game. I'm a Tier 8, and I want to stay alive. I'm really enjoying this tank. I'm winning plenty of games in it and making lots of credits. But in a Tier 10 game, you don't want to be the one right up the front taking the damage. You want to make sure you're alive at the end of the game and clean up. I've only done 252 damage, but we're winning 2-0. There's no need for me to push. There's plenty of heavier tanks, including that low camping at the back like a boss, and the Tiger 2. But they're Tier 8s as well, so they're probably a little bit nervous looking at those 3 Tier 10 tanks on the enemy side. T57 on the enemy side's gone around the corner, which is a spot that I don't mind going to, especially if I'm in a tank that isn't so heavily armoured on this map. And Tugboat and Space Junk have owned western flank of the map down the 1-2 line. You can see Space Junk's on the southern island and Tugboat's on the northern one. I'll take this opportunity. I know that E100 is facing the other way. Bit of a risk running up the hill, but it's a risk worth taking. I really want to get some more spotting damage and see what tanks are pushing around the northeastern flank. There's an AMX 12T, but I can get rid of him in 2 shots. So I'll take him down to 90 odd hit points, pull back while I'm reloading because I know he's an autoloader. I don't want to take unnecessary damage. I think he does about 100 damage a shot with his autoloader. Run around and bounce the first shot and then kill him. Winning 6-0, which is a very handy lead to have in any form of the game. But looking at the minimap, they're T10, they're E75 and they're T57 heavy, pushing around the northeastern corner. So I want to spot them. I want to get spotting damage. That's my mission. 7,000 spotting damage is my mission. But the damage I do also counts, so I've put a cheap shot into the back of the T10. I need to be wary of, especially when I'm moving around on the hill in the middle of mines. I need to be wary of the tortoise, which is back at their base, as well as anyone who might be able to shoot me from the south. T10 puts a shot into our T54. Our T54 is now 1 shot. We are winning 8-0, so I'm confident we're going to win the game. Now all I'm trying to do is maximise my spotting, maximise the damage that I do, and enjoy the game. It looks like the circle that's around the Centurion AX, Space Junk, he's picked up 2 kills, but going by the circle around him, he hasn't got very many hit points left, so Tugboat joins WZ in the middle of the map to take on their IS-3 and the T69, and I'm trying to keep this. Get rid of this E75, I put 233 damage into him, and also keep this T10 lit for anyone else who might be shooting at him. I'm pretty sure that low doesn't have much of a game. He hasn't moved from that spot. In fact, my money is it's just a bot and he's just sitting there. lose a bit of health from falling. Shoot the T10, but bounce because that's actually the front of his tank. Put a shot in the back of the T69, the auto-loader. T10 aims at me. T69 gets killed by a WZ. I bounce the T10, but Hank, help is coming. That VK is going to have shots on his rear very soon. Lucky for me, I get the kill on the T10. Very dangerous tank, and a tank that I really enjoyed playing when I was going up that line. Our Centurion kills the Tortoise, and we win the game comfortably. As we check out the post-game battle results, 2,336 experience. Now I don't think that's for my double, but that's obviously takes into account my premium account. There's all the tanks that I lit, damaged, spotted and helped. And looking at the second page, you can see Tugboat had a massive game, 5,194 damage, 3 kills. He also picked up the high caliber, arsonist, bruiser and fire for effect. Fired 23 shots, 19 hit and 17 went through. That's why he did such a massive amount of damage. And Space Junk had a pretty good game too. Only 6 damaging shots, but he put out nearly 2,000 damage, picked up a couple of kills, as did I. 1,600 damage in my light tank. I'm very, very happy with that indeed. And reasonably profitable game for me as well. With the obviously in a tier 10 game you get a bit of a bonus because you're a low tier tank. That's what happens when you play light tanks all the time. But a 50,000 credits bottom line profit. That's with a premium account, of course. I did have to pay a bit for damages because I did take some damage, but not a bad result at all. As I'm loading into the second game. The second game I'm playing on my own, and I'm on Red Shy. Now this is a game. This is how you make a massive amount of credits in a light tank, and without even firing a shot. I don't think I'll fire a shot in this game without giving too much away. Again, it's a tier 10 game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tier 10s on each side, and a few tier 9s and quite a few tier 8s as well. A lot of people saying hello to each other in the in-game chat, and I'm going to try and move to early on around about this position to try and spot the enemy tanks that might be pushing the heavy line. We've got an advantage with our heavy tanks. We've got the E100, the IS-7 and the E5, as well as the E75 and a few tier 8 heavy tanks. So I think our presence will be a bit stronger on the 9-0 line, which is where the heavy tanks like to go. So we're up against some pretty big guns in this game, looking at their tank destroyers as well as their heavies, mediums. Every single tank on their side can damage me. So I'm sitting in this bush trying to light up that heavy tank line. I'm not successful just there, so I think I'll get a little bit brave. I've been spotted by the enemy M41 90, the grand final tank, or as I like to call it, the German Bulldog, and he gets set on fire. Now you can see on the right of my screen the radio hit assist to Sav Soltu 007, that's the enemy German Bulldog. I'm getting the spotting damage for that. Thinking that's not a bad way to start the game. Now, I'm not going to fire at these guys. I am sitting in a bush and I know I'm spotting them. It's the T54E1, the Waffle Traeger, Alpha E100 and the T28 prototype. But as well as that, I'm spotting that heavy line, the Tiger 2 and the M41 that's just disappeared. And those pings you can hear and the radio hit assist, which is coming up on the right just above the mini-map, that's part of Aslane's mod pack, which tells you if you're getting damage. If you're getting spotting damage as a light tank, radio hit assist is assisted damage or damage with your assistance from your radio, from your spotting, and there's also a track one if you track them. Now look at the mini map. There's a lot of enemy tanks going up the 9-0 line, and we're spotting most of them. Obviously, the tanks that the enemy are engaging, they're spotting for themselves, but the ones at the back, we're spotting them as well. So this Jag Tiger's coming up, and I'm hoping this Jag Tiger can do some damage and give me some more spotting damage, because I am on that mission where I need to do 7,000 spotting damage or damage caused with your assistance. So that includes tracked but it also includes damage that you actually do. So I'm just sitting in this spot. I've just lit the T28 prototype. You can also tell by the circles on the mini-map what you're lighting up. Now I take a shot, 399. I'd say that shot was from T28 prototype or the E1. Not exactly sure, but my sixth sense didn't go off, so I think it was just a blind shot, or maybe a badly aimed shot aimed at that Jag Tiger. So I'm staying in this bush because I am lighting up a lot of enemy tanks. I know I got the spotting damage for that fire that was put on the M41 90 Grand Final tank, the enemy German Bulldog, as well as some hits to the low, I think the IS-6, and one or two other tanks that were spotted, including the Waffle Traeger AL for the E100. So I'm thinking I've got a pretty good start to my spotting mission here. I would love it if a mod writer came up with a mod which actually counts it in figures, because that would have really helped me in this game. Winning 5-0, and a lot of the damage that's been done I've got the spotting damage for. I know that because I know what the result is. Now that Jag Tiger's just been killed, who was up on the hill, the same place as me, which confirms my belief that the shot that I took was either a badly aimed shot at the Jag Tiger or just a blind shot. Now I'm trying to keep that T28 prototype lit up, as well as the T54 E1, the American autoloader, Tier 9, one of my favourite Tier 9 tanks. When I was doing that line, I really enjoyed playing that tank. And now I'm playing around on this hill. I know there's the T28 prototype. There he is. Now I don't shoot here because my sixth sense hasn't gone off, and it's been more than 3 seconds. There is a delay. There's a 3-second delay when you're spotted. It doesn't actually go off for about 3 seconds. So he's on 1150 health. He's on full health, and I want that. I want that as spotting damage. Same as the E1. E1 gets blown away for about 1,000, but that thing that was going off near the map isn't going off. It's not telling me that I got the spotting damage for that E1 because the person who shot him couldn't see him himself. So this is where I should be shooting at that T28 prototype, because he does have his back to me. But I don't want to be spotted by this Waffle Traeger. He's on 2,000 hit points and he's copping it. He's getting shot. That was 400, and then that was 1,600. Somebody killed it, as well as somebody killed the Foch 155, the Tier 10 French. Tier 10 French tank destroyer. Prototype just got killed for 200 damage. Again, that wasn't attributed to me because the E50 who killed him was sitting right next to him. You could see him himself. So now I'm looking for the artillery, as well as the enemy German Bulldog. There's the artillery. He's only on 12 hit points, so there's not going to be much spotting damage there, but I reckon I would have... No, the E50 shot him and the E50 was close enough to see him, so I didn't get the spotting damage for that. But there's the Bulldog. The E50 kills him as well. Great game from the E50. And that was the last kill of the game. And we can move on now to the post-game battle results. Bearing in mind, I'm trying to get 7,000 spotting damage for my light mission 15.3, or the last mission in the third set of missions. Look at all those tanks that I spotted. That's those blue circles are for the early spotting, and the green squares are for damage done by my assistants. 2,270 base experience and 96, nearly 97,000 credits. Of course, I got the patrol duty and a spotting badge, a second class mastery badge for doing all that spotting, even though 0 damage, 0 kills, 890 base experience. But look at that. Look at that spotting damage, 6,960 when I'm trying to get 7,000. Now, if I had to put a shot into that T28 prototype, that would have been my mission, because that damage that you do for the mission counts. It doesn't count for damage upon detecting, but it does count for the mission. So it was a bit of a heartbreaker. I was almost in tears when I saw this result, and that would have been enough to get me the tank, because I'm on the last ones. I'm on the last mission for this one, as well as the medium missions. Final page, the post-game battle results, a very, very healthy profit of 94,818 credits. That is with a premium account. Of course, it's a premium tank as well. The game only went for 5 minutes. I only received one hit, and that was obviously the blind shot or the badly aimed shot at the Jag Tiger. But as I was playing the game, I was talking to Money Shot from MI6 Clan. I was saying, I'm in this game, I'm getting all this spotting, I reckon I might have a chance here. And I'm really starting to regret not taking one or two shots at the rear of that T28 prototype, especially after the Waffle Traeger and that Fock 155 was killed. Anyway, thanks for watching this replay. It was a little bit heartbreaking for me, but at least I know I'm on the right track, and hopefully I'll get this mission soon. If you did enjoy this video, please consider subscribing to the channel or giving us a like or a comment. It really does encourage me to make more and more videos. Thanks for watching, take care, and we'll see you all next time.